Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about something that's happened recently in the news as it pertains to dangerous goods and hazmat compliance. So recently, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, there's been an increase in incidents that happen with lithium-ion batteries. Just recently, a Virgin's Airlines flight had to actually do an emergency landing in Australia because a vape pen ignited. Now, those vape pens that they smoke, I don't know if you've seen them. They've been outlawed in many states. I'm in California. You can't get them here legally, but many people still use them. Very addictive, but many people use them, right? Now, why are they hazardous? They're not just hazardous because they pose a risk to your life, long-term effects by use of nicotine and whatever, right? They run off of lithium-ion batteries. And as you guys know, lithium-ion batteries is considered hazardous material, is considered dangerous goods, right? Particularly, these are found in class 9. So they pose risk to not just marine life, but also human life as well. One of the drills we had when I was in the Navy was if these ignite, they actually cause something called thermal runaway, which is exactly what happened with this one. That's why it caught fire. When thermal runaway happens, the drill kind of went like this. They would yell thermal runaway, and everybody had to evacuate the building as soon as possible because they're that ignitable. This is no secret. We've seen this in California with the Tesla semi trucks. It's very hard to put out lithium-ion batteries when they ignite. In this particular case, this ignited in a passenger aircraft flight. Now, next time you're on a passenger aircraft, you tell me if you see any fire suppression systems, any overhead sprinklers that can go off, kind of like in houses. You tell me if we're able to see that. And again, when you're 30,000 feet in the air, how many options do you really have? How many people are trained to fight that fire? And what kind of risk do they have in place to prevent that fire from spreading? There's a reason why before that plane takes off, and next time you're on a passenger aircraft flight, please listen. There's a reason why they tell you guys that vape pens are not permitted for use on those flights. There's a reason why when you go through TSA, they ask you if your carry-on has 2 or more lithium-ion batteries. Hazmat is serious. And one of the things I always tell people, when I do my consulting and my trainings and everything that I do with dangerous goods is, hazmat is simple until it's not, right? It's simple. Every day you go in there, you put your stickers on the box, you do your training every 2 years that you don't pay attention to, that you Google the answers for. Yeah, I know. I see these people, I went through DGI, but you don't know anything about hazmat. And everything is simple until you get hemmed up by the FAA, until you get hemmed up by the DOT, until you get hemmed up, by PIMSA and your company gets fined. Then, and only then, do companies want to try and take the steps to properly fix that issue. But you don't have to. You can reach out to me, for tips like this and help get your compliance up to date, whether it be training, whether it be whatever it is. There's more value in having somebody who's passionate and knows what they're doing than going online and paying $700 or $800 on the low end to get an automated training that your employees are not going to pay attention to, that they're not going to grasp any material from. It's like, do you want to check in the box now, or do you want to check in the box when you get that fine in the mail? Which one do you want? But follow me, DM me if you have any questions. I'd love to help you and your company out today. Thanks.